Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chosen TCG here once again with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a Lightsworn Lightray deck for the March 2013 ban list. As always, the full deck list will be in the description below, so make sure you go check it out, and don't forget to thumbs this video up, leave a comment, and subscribe. Alright, so let's start with the overall deck, and we got 3 Luminas, 3 Lylas, 3 Rykos, 1 Jain, 1 Garoth, 1 Aurkus, 1 Shire, the Lightsworn Spirit, 1 Ehren, 1 Honest, and got 2 Troopers, got the bosses now, Triple Judgment, Triple Diabolos, Triple Gearfried, and 1 Daedalus, and 1 Ultimate Timelord. So now we got a Gorz, kind of just for defense, and then we got the Treasure Light Brigade, and 3 Solar Recharges. And then we have the staples, your Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, and Dark Core, and 2 MSTs for back row hate. Of course, 2 Reincarnation and 2 Beckoning Light. Alright, so let me kind of explain my choices. I've seen, I guess, a lot of Lightray decks. I think what I was, I guess, brainwashed into thinking was you have to run BLS. And, you know, to run BLS and Chaos Sorcerer, you would have to run Necrogardener and Tragodia. And that would just mean that you're playing a Twilight deck. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go with the Twilight route. I'm just going to go full on pure Lightsworn with, how many, like 10, 11, 12, or 11 light boss. That's, now that I actually see it myself, like the whole deck list as a whole, 11 bosses. That is just completely crazy. Okay? Because, well, like I said, initially I thought, okay, let me put BLS in. Well, if I put BLS in, I have to put other darks in. But really, I need to make this a Lightray deck, and Lightrays actually are way better than just by putting in a BLS. And for those of you who don't know anything about Lightrays, just gonna kind of cover the effects. Your Diabolos is pretty much, oh yeah, all the Lightrays is that when you have 5 different light monsters with different names, you can special summon them from your hand. I think all of them you can only special summon from your hand. 1 second, once per turn. Yeah, so everything can only be special summoned by hand. So you can't like Monster Reborn it. Like you can Monster Reborn what's it called? You can Monster Reborn. Wow, everything is by hand. Okay, so you can't Monster Reborn Judgment Dragon. So just to kind of remind you guys, because I've done it a couple times with Monster Reborn Judgment Dragon, because you know, it's pretty much soft cheating, because I didn't know. But Diabolos is pretty much, if you guys can see the effect, you can banish 1 light monster from your graveyard to target 1 set card opponent controls and destroy it. And you have the option of placing it on the top or bottom of the deck to make them waste to draw. It's a good card, but I do focus more on just like OTKing and just putting out big monsters. Because once you have 5 monsters with different names in the graveyard, you pretty much, like, if you top deck any of these big monsters, you can just go, okay, I'll summon it. Okay, I have a 26 or 2800 or 3000 monster attack monster. Like, what are you gonna do? And I have extra like awesome cool abilities, right? Okay, so next is Lightray Gearfried. Pretty much when you control I guess a warrior type monster, or no, you can banish 1 warrior type monster from your graveyard to negate the activation of a spell card. Only I'm sorry. Only if all monsters you control are warrior type monsters. So if you control like Ehren or Garoth, or so Ehren, Garoth, Jain, and of course itself. Like if you control another monster like Lumina or Lyla, it wouldn't work. So just keep that in mind. But overall, it's a 2800 beater, and if it comes out, I think it's once per turn, right? Yeah, once per turn. Like it comes out, it's basically like a free Xian, right? Okay, so let's see. Daedalus, I kind of put this in there. I was gonna take this out, but like if you play against Gravekeepers, it's pretty funny. It's like, or not Gravekeepers, but any deck that uses a field spell, because you could target 1 field spell and 2 other cards on the field and destroy this. it is just funny. Like, it's just really funny when you play, I don't know, like Dragoonides or something, and then like they play the Ravine, they set 2 back rows, and you just go, oh hey, I play Lightray Diabolos, and they're like, oh, what does that do? Oh, I destroy a field card and 2 other Spore Trap cards on the field, and they just go, oh, facepalm. And then I put one Ultimate Timelord in. It's actually not a bad card. And for those of you who don't know what this card is, you special summon by having 10 or more monsters in your graveyard. And then from your hand, of course, like any other of those big boss monsters. So its secondary effect is, by the way, it's 4,000 attack, so it's really awesome. You can special summon one level 8 or higher fairy type monster from your hand or graveyard. But its effects are negated and its attack becomes 4,000, which, you know, it's not a big deal in this deck, but if you play, let's say, Christia, or which I don't play Christia in this deck, but if you play like can't think of any level 8 or higher monsters, like those monsters. I know all fairies are like I think Athena is level 8. I'm not sure, but this is getting like a fairy deck, but the requirement is pretty high. You need 10 or more monsters in the graveyard. But this deck, like, once you drop this guy, I mean, 4,000 attack. It's like basically a free monster, and it's really good late game. But yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm trying to make this deck really fun, and it's really fun to bring out these big monsters in general. You know. One Gorz, the only defense of this deck, right? As you can see, I have quite a number of cards that mill. I have, I think, like 17 or 20. Yeah, over like 20 cards that mill. 24, because you want the charge of Light Brigade and the 3 solar recharges. So that's pretty much the whole point of this deck, is to mill, and mill, and yeah. And got the Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, which are staples, and then I decided not to run Decree. I have because I thought, what do I want to do? Do I want more monsters, or do I want more monsters to mill, or do I want to prevent my opponent? And my, I guess, mentality for this deck is, I don't care what you have in your back row, because I'm just going to drop everything. I'm going to mill, and then during late game or mid game, I'm just going to drop everything. And if you have the answers, good for you. If you don't, well, I don't know. If you don't have answers, I'm going to go for a game. But yeah, so that's definitely a fun aspect of this deck. And really, I don't want to talk anything about the extra deck, because I don't think you would ever want to XYZ in the first place. I mean, you can, like, you'll mostly go for like level 4s, even 3s, for your rank exceed monsters. But like in terms of like level 8, level 7, I think this is 7, right? Yeah, 7. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. Gearfried is 8. In terms of like these monsters, like, you don't want to waste these cards. They have really sick effects. So yeah. And let's see. Anything else I want to talk about? You can play, I guess, a more defensive build, but I don't want to recommend it, because I did try out like defensive traps and Lightsworn in general, but oh man, it is so slow if you play like really defensively. And I think like the most efficient defensive card was that we used a long time, I think 3-4 years ago when Lightsworns were big, was Threatening Roar. I think like all Lightsworns only ran like 3 copies of Threatening Roar, and that was like the only, I guess, trap card people ever ran. I don't know about now, but this is how I play it. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully I made this video short enough to not bore you guys, and I want you guys to leave a comment below if you think this deck is any good. Thumbs this video up, and of course subscribe. Alright guys, peace.